The exact same time. Well, what do you know? Science.
Like
Science.
I just said I had to do my job.
No, I wasn't trying to. I wanted to know. I was trying to understand why sometimes we
So
clap
what's the
and
difference
sometimes
between
we
the hand
don't.
clap and the ass clap?
They sound the same.
Yeah,
Hey.
they sound the same. I like
Hey.
it.
Okay.
Mine
Oh
don't
shit.
really.
Are you
It's more
recording,
like broken
Talia?
glass, huh?
God damn it. Okay. Well, you know what, guys? Welcome back to Black in the City. It is episode 130.
30.
And we are so happy to be here with you. It is a very special episode.
Why?
Okay? Why is it special? Because it is our 3-year anniversary. I've been trying to shake this rat.
Woo. Put all the air emojis and virtual hugs. You know I don't like to be touched.
If y'all not hyped on this Tuesday morning, because I know most y'all that be listening on Tuesday morning have been riding with us since the beginning, y'all deserve the hand clap also.
All you treadmill runners and
you know,
Peloton
shit. I would say commute, but the commute is really from your bed to your couch at this point, or your bed to your desk. But either way, we are just like eternally grateful for all of the support.
We're 3 years old, bro.
That shit is crazy.
I can say as a creative, I've had a few different projects before Black in the City, and this is the longest running one.
That's amazing. As a person who doesn't consider themselves as a creative, I feel just so lucky that I'm still here. I still don't consider myself creative, and people are like, oh, but like you're in a creative space, and I'm always like, really? I just be talking, but like, okay, like I'm happy to be welcomed into the creative club. So I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, just by virtue of being
and we got shots and shit. Should we cheers? We do have some hand dog.
We got some hand dog. Cheers.
I know we're off mic, but it's because we're cheersing up to the people in the room. Some people got
Cheersing
LaCroix, you know. Some people got Henny, some people got wine.
To black wealth, to stomachs getting flatter and booties getting fatter.
Every
because
day.
I'm working on it right now. I did like 70 squats today.
Come on, 70 squats.
Ooh, I'm really going to take a shot.
Shit.
Is this going to be a regret? Oh.
Woo, just chase it with more alcohol, but
this is how you separate the real from the fake. I didn't do no chaser.
That's okay. One of us doesn't have to drive. Well, I guess I don't gotta drive either.
Yeah. Don't even play these games with me. At the end of the day, I just want it to be very clear, because we're gonna slide right into our weekends because it's our 3-year anniversary. Yes. On 8/22, that is
this past Saturday.
That was our actual anniversary, so we kicked it like some real niggas.
It was so fun.
Yeah, we did. So on Saturday, what happened? You cooked. I brought the alcohol because that's what I do. Don't ask me to like cook for real.
They be slaving me in the kitchen. I be in the kitchen like a slave. Always cooking.
But she enjoys it though. She enjoys it.
I
just
love
wanted
cooking.
to point out because there's a few things I like to point out about this.
Point them all out.
And just jump in as you feel led by the blood of Christ.
Thank you.
So we had a gathering of eats and drinks.
Yes.
Makita was making macaroni
pie. This bitch called it macaroni salad like 80 times, and I was like, "You are disrespecting my ancestors right now."
I know it felt
macaroni pie
right.
is not.
We had macaroni pie. My first time having macaroni pie was busting it. Busted on inside of me. Because I had to go to the store and go get the milk. Yeah. And I was stung by a bee.
Okay, no. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Okay. Yeah. Sierra came over while I was prepping the food, so I was cooking.
Yeah.
I thought that I had milk. I am also kind of sensitive to the dairy, so I use lactate milk all the time.
That's what happens when Makita eats dairy. It's like,
shut up. And I thought that I had enough milk, and so I was cooking and what have you, and then I took the lactate out of the fridge, and I realized that it was expired, and I was like, oof,
now that'll really blow you
and
up.
I was like in the mix of the shit, so like there's no turning back now, so I had to ask Sierra if she could walk to 7-Eleven to get some milk. So I sent her out on her way. When she came back, she had been attacked by a swarm of bees. Just kidding. Not a swarm, but one.
That was so dramatic, brother. Makita tried to convince me that it wasn't a bee. No,
okay, I didn't try to convince her. The reason why I said it wasn't a bee is because normally when you get stung by a bee, and I wish she would listen to me clearly because I did not say she was wrong. I just said when you get stung by a bee, they leave a stinger in your arm, right? Like you have to take it out, and there wasn't one in her arm. So I said, if it looked like a bee, I said maybe it was a wasp, is what I said, because it would still be yellow.
Fast.
But wasps are also yellow and black, so it could have easily been like a yellow jacket because wasp can sting you more than once and not die. So they can sting you without leaving a stinger. So I'm not saying you didn't get stung. I was just saying
could
have been a bigger
experience.
Bitch. Right. It could have been a wasp.
It was a lot, and I thought I was so cute. I was like walking into the store.
She had a whole jumper on, looking like a bad bitch. Had her ponytail in, like a whole snack.
Okay, I had this. I wrapped that synthetic bit around my little
around
my little. I could put it in the bun now. Hey, I've been growing out my hair.
Got the minches.
Yeah, y'all know my short hair journey.
She started talking about cutting it on Saturday. She was so fucking mad.
I'm telling you, because I keep my hair in braids because I just don't have time to do it. And I was like, I have really been feeling like I want to cut all my hair back off again.
Don't do it.
My mom would probably have.
I listened to you complain about growing it out and committing to growing it out.
Somebody gonna love it. I always leave enough to grab. Come
on the top, but the sides is what's really be killing you.
Yeah, but if I could do a full situation, come on, they couldn't touch me. I get a little lip gloss.
Come on, bitch. Come on, gloss.
Come on. I might never come back. So that's the thing. So we had that. It was great food. There was steak. I love the steak. You know how I feel about steak. Steak, and then there was some. Was there hot links? There was
hot links.
Salmon
steak. That was good. I made the marinade. I was very proud. I did get cupcakes, some trophy cupcakes. Not my favorite, but they did the job. I had a
peach cobbler-esque time.
I have one at home still, and I can't wait to eat it. But I prefer Cupcake Royale. But trophy cupcakes did what they needed to do.
Yes, that's a thing. And then we had, we had a lovely spread. It was great. And
fruits
then later
and shit.
On, it was fun. It was even more fun.
Because we were waiting on our team, and they took forever, but they appeared before the end of the night.
And then they gave a special guest appearance with Paco. You guys know Paco.
Little Paquito.
Like, one of our favorite DJs.
In the city.
Like, literally every party that we have had, Paco's on that flyer. So, like, y'all know him. Y'all love him. It was a great time. And so they come in just very disrespectfully with a bottle of Hennessy.
Bruh. Like, to fuck our lives
at
up.
9 o'clock. It was like 10.
I know. We had been chilling since like 3.
So, of course, what did we do? We had to take shots. So we took shots, and we, I don't know exactly what we talked about in that time.
I was lit as fuck.
I was very lit. We were lit. We were talking.
We did a lot.
Makita thought that she was going to fight me. It was cute.
What?
Oh, yeah, it was great. No, because I was like talking mad head, and Makita was just looking at me like, I could lunge at you right now.
Oh, I vaguely remember this. Sierra really be trying to aggravate me.
It was so funny.
She finds the
guys
most
were
fun
like looking
in
at me
just
like, Sierra, shut up. And I'm looking at them like, she ain't gonna do nothing. And then Makita was looking at me like, you better shut up. And I was like, no. And so, but it's
she's
okay.
really lucky that I love her.
Yeah, she's really lucky because I would have called my attorney in the morning if she would have touched any hair on my little brown body. That's a real thing. But I would have beat her ass. It's fine. It's fine. You guys know. Look at us.
I just am really glad.
You guys know what was about to happen. So anyway, it was a good time.
So stupid. I'm just pleased that other people got to see how Sierra be picking on me.
I do
and then trying to make me look crazy.
Don't agree with her because
she just be instigating, and then people be looking at me like I'm crazy.
First of all, Makita is a linebacker, and she has tried to assault
I'm apparently heavy-handed.
No, like I tell this story all the time, but literally we were like, what is
roughhousing
in the studio. And I was like, I was thinking like we was on the same page.
She said, I remember that.
Yeah, and she literally like.
I just snatched her.
She like, I don't know what she did, but somehow she like got me and like flipped me
put
somewhere.
Her in a headlock.
And I was like, bro, you are a fucking
I've got like 4 inches on you, so the reach is really in my advantage, so I could just snatch them out.
Well, first of all, wasn't nobody scared, so
you don't gotta be scared.
I was a little taken aback, but at the end of the day, I'll beat her ass, so it's fine.
Right.
But anyway,
right,
so then after, okay, so this is what happened after. This is my favorite part.
Yeah,
so afterwards, I leave.
Park?
I leave with the guys.
With the boys.
Okay? I live with the boys.
Where'd y'all go? Gasworks? To go see the
we went to Gasworks. And what happened at Gasworks was very racist. I'll talk about it in a second.
Oh, shit. What happened?
Yes. Okay. So
let me find out.
We're riding. So then, all the men in the car were very gentlemanly.
Come on, gentlemen.
Sit in the front. Jordan was like, yo, if you're going to sit in the front, you got the ox. So I get
drop
in the car.
That heat.
So I got a little intimidated as a woman. I was like, maybe I should play like some hood shit.
Yeah.
I just play some Big Crit real quick, and I played it, and we was arguing about what was being played. So I was like, okay, so they're not really responding to that. What do I do?
Right, Big Crit. Okay, what next?
So then I got to my next song, my next single, and I played Ken the Man, Dance Like a Hoe.
I don't know this
Ken the Man
song.
is a female MC.
Oh.
And when I played that song, everybody in the car was like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
Nailed it.
Feminists. They're feminists.
You did.
So I really enjoyed that. But that was like probably
Ken
my
the
favorite
Man?
part. Ken the Man. She's a female MC. She's a rapper. We were just listening to her. We were listening to He Be Like.
Oh, is that who that is?
She be like,
oh, I know that song.
Yeah. So so she do Dance Like a Hoe.
Come on, Dance Like a Hoe.
You should exercise to that song. It's great.
Honestly.
So anyway, as I burned a lot of calories today dancing to that song. So it was great.
Fuck it up, sis.
So then we go into to Gasworks to, of course, view the view.
Of the city.
At 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's all right.
Because what else were we doing except taking in the city and the views? Anyway,
clearly.
So we were in the park. Then, nigga, it got real racist.
What happened?
So then the sprinklers started going on.
Oh,
and every time we would
blackies
move,
have to go.
Right. The sprinklers would move just like that. But I noticed that the sprinklers was moving and we was running like so. I noticed that the whites in the other section,
they was cool. They was dry.
Was over there having a good time. You know, I don't think they got really moist.
Right.
So then we had to go. We had to get out of there. We almost lost each other. But I made it home safe. I got home and I turned on the game and I went to sleep.
What a time to be alive.
Oh, brother, it was a lot to take in for mama. Come on. So anyway.
So stupid.
Yeah, so after that, what happened? Sunday
I don't
happened.
know. Y'all went and I took my little high ass to bed is what I did. And then I slept in, and then I mind my business. I cleaned up my house on Sunday, and then I watched first.
That's crazy.
Yeah, fuck no. Then I watched.
Wow.
So I watched the first episode of Lovecraft Country, which was great.
No, okay, I tried to watch that.
I'm so excited.
And it's not.
Episode 2.
It's scary.
Oh, shut up!
No,
it's good. It's so good.
First
of
all,
it's so good.
First of all, Jordan.
Thank
Peele,
you, Jordan.
Like,
it is
no,
so
no,
good.
No. Because he just slipped that scary stuff in.
It's Jordan Peele. We knew what it was about from the preview.
Didn't know. First of all, I came in there unbeknownst to me. I had a Bellini, so I was a little lit, and I was like,
"Oh, you didn't know what time it was."
Yeah, we had
Jordan Peele is committed to making sinister horror mixed with black experience. He is like committed to making horror film or horror shows that are like very closely linked to the black experience.
I live alone. I have nightmares.
I love it. I gotta watch episode 2.
Nigga, I just had a dream last night that a white man was in my apartment. I don't know how he got in there. I almost killed him.
That's crazy. I did have a scary dream the other day. I can't remember what it was, but it definitely was about racism. I don't dream a lot, but when I remember them, they're scary, and I don't dream regularly. Like everybody does, but I don't remember them. But the ones that I do remember are scary. Yeah. I'm not. I wish I dreamed. I do. I wish I did. But the ones I do remember end up being scary. And I did have a scary one about racism, and now I can't remember, but it was a couple days ago. It was just hella. It was hella weird. I remember there were but I remember there was. I was the only person or only like black person in the room in the dream, and I can't remember exactly what was happening, but everywhere I went there were just these like sinister looking white men, and I just like couldn't, like I was like opening doors, and like every time I opened a door was like another fucking white dude in there. It was like very scary.
Unless they hold money, that is a nightmare.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember what really happened. However, I will say, wow, I'm touching my skin that's so soft. We forgot to mention that this week's episode, is brought to you by.
Ain't nobody forgot because my skin is moist.
I know. It stay down, okay? We stay lotion and oil.
About it.
Okay? It has been brought to you by Love Lavender Shea, okay? We're at the intersection of love, tenderness of lavender, and tranquility of shea butter collide. Love Lavender Shea is a 100% organic skincare company designed with travelers in mind. So go ahead and head over to lovelavendershea.com and check them out. If you use the discount code Black in the City, you will get 20% off of your purchase, which feels like a automatic win to me. So you might as well just scurry along. If you haven't yet, you're asleep. Go ahead and buy you some travel-sized. Dropped my phone, but some travel-sized goodies, and that's what I have to say.
Right.
However,
make that alligator skin grand.
Come on, make
Service
it grand.
With a smile. But I'm telling you, so like this past week, I have really, really been using my products, especially in a pinch because they're travel size. So
you put them in your fanny pack?
Yes. So then when I have, because sometimes when you rush it and you feel like you got all the oils on,
but then you didn't.
Yes, when I get outside,
then your ankles be ashy or something.
Real quick, I can't have that. That's not on my reputation. I want these people to feel me.
Come on, infomercial.
Feel me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So I also use a little bit of the brown sugar, honey. The brown sugar. Come on, let's not forget that this is a black-owned business. The brown sugar scrub, I use it on my lips, and honey, decadent.
Yes, I use the other one, the
lavender one. They want to know about the lips, and I'm so like, good. Honey. It's too much for you to take in.
It's honestly everything you need.
Shop Love Lavender Shade and your lips can feel the same.
Come on, Juicy.
Okay? Your soup coolers, too, can be soft.
You know how long it took me to figure out.
Can make yours soft.
You know how long it took me to figure out what they meant when they would say soup coolers? I was like, do you store soup? I don't, like, am I carrying it with me? Like, I don't understand what that means. And then
I'm just saying,
Terrell had to explain it to me what he meant when he was saying that shit. Then I was like, oh, you mean like it cools soup down? That makes a lot of sense. I didn't know. I was slow to the party. However, we're going to talk. We got all kinds of shit to talk about today. But first things first, while we're thinking about you are, obviously. We're thinking about our 3-year anniversary here. Okay, so what I think about, which I don't know, I mean, avid, true Black in the City fans obviously already know the origin story of our podcast. But I think the most special thing about our podcast is that everybody who listens has watched me and Sierra become friends over the course of the podcast, which really... I've been trying to kick her to the curb this whole time, but I can't. It's fine. We're stuck now. And we were not friends beforehand. Like, we knew each other, but we weren't friends before the podcast. So we've built our entire relationship. Right. Yeah. Like, hey, girl, you good? You look cute. Nice to see you.
Happy birthday.
Happy to see you.
With only one exclamation mark.
Right.
Because when you don't really know them like that, you give them only one exclamation mark.
You can't give them all the emojis.
Birthday.
Or you might even hit them with the HBD, which I hate.
I don't hit an HBD. That's rude.
I hate that. It is rude.
I say happy birthday.
Thank you.
On your day. Heifer. You know,
wow, you're so considerate. You're so nice.
Yeah.
But I think that it has just been so interesting to experience like the growth of a friendship while actually like building a partnership for the podcast and understanding how that works. And I've never partnered with anybody on like any project outside of work before. And so to find a relationship so organic that like not only do we love doing the podcast, but we hang out all the time because our friendship is so strong. And obviously that's because of the podcast, but it goes beyond that, which has been that kind of best part for me. I think that's my favorite part of our entire kind of situation here is that like, you know, we never go in the podcast. Obviously I have no interest in doing that, but beyond the podcast, I'm like, I can't quit you, pal. I got to keep you.
We have a stalker.
I know where you live. I'm just going to show up at your door.
That's a real thing. I think
love you forever.
Oh my gosh.
What a nugget.
Together forever. It's a lot. Yeah, I think it's a lot because it's like, I think when you're, especially for us, because there's been moments where it's like, you feel like, I tell people that are starting their podcast, you're going to feel like nobody's listening.
Literally.
You feel like you're just only talking to the two of each other, or if you have a podcast by yourself, that's even
harder to do.
Harder because it's just like you can't hear nobody from the stands.
Right, you're talking to yourself.
Each other. It's fine. But I think, yeah, we have definitely built a very close relationship.
Absolutely.
Like, we talk about virtually everything. Like, there's nothing that's off limits.
Yeah. And I'm sure y'all can see that reflected because we talk like that on here
all the time. We talk about everything from the toilet to the boilet. So
what is the boilet? Well, the kitchen we be cooking.
No, boys. Let.
Oh, boil the boys. Yeah, boil them.
One. Yeah. So I mean, we talk about a lot of things. So you know, we share secrets and
sex toy recommendations.
Sex toy recommendations. Every female relationship should have that.
Honestly, truly. Otherwise, what are you really doing?
Seriously,
keeping the goods to yourself. That's just selfish.
Put it on the charger. It's a lot.
Honestly, so, that is the worst. When you go use it and then the motherfucker died or is dead.
I'm not gonna lie. That actually happened to me.
That happened like yesterday, bro. That shit crazy.
Yeah. I was like, I know you ain't giving up. Like, and it was a lot.
She said, so you gonna quit me in my hour of need?
Yeah, I was not taking it. But I think from this, like, I think we're just so blessed in the connections that we have and have made, and we've done a lot.
So much. All kinds of parties, pajama parties, mixers, hosted events, been on all these other podcasts.
We've been dragged on Twitter.
Okay, dragged for some shit we got dragged on
Twitter quite busy before 2020 came in. That was the prelude. I think that was like, hey, 2020 is about to be a ride, so let's give you a little slack.
You know, check my temper that day.
We did have to check the temperatures. I had to check my anxiety. But honestly, though, that's the great part about being creative. People criticize your work, and it's fine.
And we want all the smoke.
Yeah, as long as your heart is pure and you're being intentional about your content, people are gonna give you pushback, and that's fine. And we grew from it.
Okay.
I definitely almost had a whole anxiety attack.
Girl, we've learned we've learned what it's like to be women entrepreneurs in a space where men dominate the space.
Yeah,
and
we've learned
we've
what it's
had
like.
some men try to take advantage of us in partnerships and
had gosh. First of all,
had to hold it down and
not
do something. Do you know how hard it is to turn down a bag? Do you know what I'm saying? Like based on integrity, like what you're not going to do is use me or manipulate me or act like we, aren't worth what we're worth and have to say like, you know what? We're just not doing it.
Yeah, and you know what's really interesting? So I ironically had looked back on a text thread that was very
memory lane.
A lot, like for some, because I saw the person post on social media.
Yeah.
And this particular person, we were trying to negotiate some details on an event we were supposed to host.
Yes.
And he just started being really like
aggressive
and wasn't trying to compromise. And I just realized that a lot of times in this industry that not only, as women, men can really try to take advantage of, what you're bringing to the table, and then they feel like they can talk to you any kind of way.
Right.
And so, but what they don't know is that that doesn't work.
Period.
Because they'd be like, for me, I know personally, I'm in therapy. So it's just like, honestly, men and like the whole authority and talking to crazy, that's a trigger for me.
Right. First of all, don't raise your voice. Don't do that.
Into a little iron soldier and stuff, iron soldier real quick.
Yeah.
But it's like you have to figure out how best to tell people that they have you fucked up, but in a professional way.
Absolutely.
And so we handled that situation. I was very proud of the way that we handled that particular situation.
And that was like way back when.
No names, but it was
handled.
It was handled. It definitely got handled. No Olivia Pope, but it got handled. It was handled.
Or even like, people thinking that we're like not going to read our contracts and having people be like, oh it's okay.
My gosh.
It's okay. Just sign here. Like, first of all, Makita read contracts at work. So I'm frying your ass line by line.
Yeah. We're
not signing that. That doesn't align to us. This isn't real. Nope. That's not true. That's not the vendor. We're not doing that. Like y'all thought it was. You're not going to hand us a contract and think we're just going to blankly sign something off your word, even if we know you. A business is a business, and we aren't to be taken advantage of. And I think people take that for granted, or think that that because they're women, like I do this, I can just say what I want. Like absolutely not.
But it's just messed up when the people that was about to take advantage of you get mad when you realize
that they gonna take advantage of you.
Like I was just like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got like, nigga, what are you doing?
Like how did you think we were born last night?
Now get my drink, because now you done made me mad.
Period. It's really a long road.
So. Here we are, 3 years later.
We're pleased to be here. Thank you for having us.
We're pleased to be here because honestly, I want to say started from the bottom, now we here, because literally we started, and shout out to the person that allowed us to be in his apartment.
Yes.
Our first studio was in an apartment. I
can't even think
downtown.
what his name is right now. That's crazy.
I can't even either, but God bless him. But we were in his apartment, and we used to pay him in beer.
Literally.
We used to pay him in
Bring
beer.
him 6-packs.
Right, and then he had a cat. A cat.
We endured so much. We bought him some 6-packs.
She was in there.
Cigarettes. Oh my God, it was so much smoke, but we did
cigarettes.
it. No, we did it for you.
No shade to cigarettes. Y'all stop smoking them damn cigarettes. Tobacco.
Ooh, girl.
Killing the blacks. Hookah's different. We're not talking about things. It's fine. I'm just talking about
it's not the same.
I'm talking about the cigarettes. That's what I'm talking about, cigarettes.
Okay.
The Newports, menthols in the freezer, those things. But anyway,
we
shout out to the blueberry mint, because I will have an indulgence.
That was hella good.
It was good.
How many studios have we had?
As
3
you hold
studios.
A situation.
I know we've had 3 studios.
3 studios because we were in Matt's apartment.
This is our second team, our second or third complete team. Third studio.
Because before it was
third engineer.
We started off with an engineer and a producer. Then we didn't have the producer anymore. Then we had just our engineer.
And us.
Yeah. And then after that, then we moved to here. Then we had engineer, which was Jordan.
And us.
And then this year,
we've got Talea.
Yeah, we added Talea as engineer. So then her and Jordan swapped spots.
Right. Jordan as a producer. Abdul as our videographer.
Jordan is a lot of things.
I know. Jordan, he everything. He creative
director, manager.
Everything.
Then we got Abdul, who is the videographer and half of the creative head.
Basically.
Like, low key.
I will say to people, I feel like we obviously, as like the face of the podcast, get obviously most of the credit for doing the things that we show up to or whatever it looks like. But one, we don't ever do it by ourselves and can't do it by ourselves, which we obviously are always like endlessly giving credit to our team. But there is something to be said to be able to just show up. And like, there's other people who have thought of things that you haven't thought about. And I think about that often in the sense of like, every single person in this room has a day job that they go to, has other work that they do, and are committed to the vision to support us to do something that like you don't have to do. Like, you don't have to show up here. To have people who are like, I have this idea, I think it'd be great, here's what we can do, I made this connection, I sent this email, I built this thing. And it's like, bro, like, you go to work like I do. And I know I'd be tired when I come here some days, or I'm like, fuck, I haven't even read this article, I'm not ready. And people, and they know every week I'm never ready. And I understand.
You know that one song, that song by Jay-Z?
What?
What's that song? When he's like,
girl, why you never ready? For as long as it took, you better look like Halle Berry.
I mean, she do.
Bitch, I be on point when I'm ready.
Be ready.
When I'm ready.
Like, dog, she had me feeling like I am.
Listen, we all have our weaknesses. We know what we do. I'm just saying, okay, it's not new. Sometimes we're surprised when I'm completely prepared. And it's a lovely day.
All the time we are surprised.
Some days, most days I'm not.
We appreciate you.
But I said all that to say
we love it.
Is that it's so, it is a different environment to be in when you have people who are willing to put their personal time in to support a project that they don't have to do, that they don't have to be committed to. Like, we could be out here doing it by ourselves, and we could do it, but that would be just terrible.
Would be like on
why would we do that?
Like, especially with everything, like seriously, like with COVID going on, there's a lot of room for depression.
Yeah,
there's a lot of room for for lack of creative energy. And so like even pre-COVID, like, you know, we'd have Jordan that was always like, yo, you
got
guys
you.
are
What
about
you
to do
need?
this.
Cool.
Yo, you guys are about to be at this party.
I'll work the door.
Boom,
I got you.
like,
I got it. We'll
boom,
figure it
boom.
out.
And it's just like those little things, even though they might seem small to you, it's huge
to us.
Because the circle of people that we have are because of that. Like, it's
you're
like,
gonna make me cry.
Oh, don't. Okay, we can't talk about it anymore because I'm low key like.
It takes a village is all we're trying to say.
It's the Hennessy. Oh my gosh, that's why I don't.
And
drink
on our
this stuff.
3rd year anniversary, we had to make sure that every person gets recognition for the work to make sure that we got here. And
but it's so aggravating because they're so humble. And it's
I know they
so
be like, we didn't do nothing. We just be here. Jordan be like, I just be chilling like my guy.
Jordan be like, yeah,
you made the whole shit shake.
Yeah, he's
all
like,
of it.
He's like, I just got you guys collaborating on a party with somebody, but like,
it's fine,
no big deal.
Fine,
I just got you guys a free venue to throw a party.
No big deal.
We make most of the profit, but no big deal.
I got the plug.
I don't really want anything, but no big deal. Like,
here's this DJ. You know, you're gonna love him, and now he's our favorite. No big deal.
No big deal. And it's like, but it is like, it's seriously.
Awesome.
I can say honestly, because I'm not gonna look up because I'm getting emotional.
Come on, cry baby. It's not me for once
to be like connected to such great creatives. So
bingo.
I'll say that and I'm not gonna cry. So stop.
Oh, what a nugget. You better take a little drink of your drink, your little hand dog.
Play the politics.
Okay.
Play the politics.
Well, we gonna stop going down memory road.
They gonna think I'm
memory lane.
Because I'm crying.
Abbey Road. I don't know. One of the things.
I'm not crying. That's punk ass shit.
I no, you get to cry on air because I done cried on air about 11 times.
No, I'm done.
And y'all be trying me.
Falling off.
Shut up. But we're going to take it on to whatever we're actually supposed to be talking about today.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we love y'all.
Long story short, we appreciate you. And here's to 3
on
more years of the podcast. We appreciate you all so much.
All the 3s.
And we're here for it. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, guys. Okay.
All right, it's a lot to take in. Okay, it's
on
Mamba
a note
Day.
that is not so happy, we're gonna pivot immediately to politics.
No,
which
it's
is
Mamba Day
some
too.
old bullshit. I know it's still sad. We're gonna talk about
sad.
Mamba Day too. We want to talk about that first. You know, it is Mamba Day. You know, the late great Kobe Bryant. It was his birthday. He would have been 42 years old. Okay, and it was just like so like sad, but also moving in the same way to see all of the posts from people. And even, is it Nike that dropped the commercial To Be Better, right? With Kendrick Lamar as the narrator. I don't know what I just said, but the narrator. And it was a really powerful commercial about pushing yourself to be the best, no matter what your field is, to push yourself to your limit, to challenge yourself at every turn, that there isn't an end point. You could be the greatest, but great isn't good enough, right? There's always more. You're never finished. The work is never done. And I think that I know, right? Kobe Bryant is has he made an impact because of the way that he was able to kind of communicate that message outside of sports, right? Like the push to be best at sports, because obviously basketball was his great love, but he pushed for that for other people in every realm. And that's why it's all about the Mamba mentality, because it isn't just about sports. It's about your life and whatever it is that you care about, you love to do, you want to be good at. It takes commitment and vision and focus against all odds. And there's many people who have that, and there's many of us who aspire to it, right? Like, or push ourselves to try to have that mentality, because like it is obviously like it wouldn't be the Mamba mentality if it was easy to do, right? Like it's what you push for, because it is difficult to do that, right? Like the sacrifice that you have to make to determine, I'm going to put everything I have into this one thing. There's opportunity costs that come with that, and being committed to your craft or your work or your art, whatever it might be, is a phenomenal undertaking to take. And he inspired so many. And so it was sad to see his daughter's post on Instagram, or Natalia post on Instagram. His wife, his late wife, obviously, or his late, what is it, widow? He's the late, his widow. Ignore the Hennessy. Listen, y'all know what I'm trying to say. His widow, okay, Vanessa. The post was so heartbreaking to read, which I'm not even going to say more about it, because that would make me cry. That I can't imagine the kind of loss that she's feeling. And I know hundreds of thousands of people are experiencing it due to the fact that, it's COVID and our government is garbage, and many people have lost the love of their lives, or their grandparents, or their parents, or their siblings, or their aunts, their uncles, senselessly, basically. So many people can relate to that kind of pain. And so just shout out to all the Kobe fans, and just him, his family. Always, we lift them up in love and light on this Mamba Day and every Mamba Day to come. Yeah. But that aside, okay, the Republican National Convention started yesterday.
National conversation.
Yeah, national conversation, except it's not a conversation, because they're not saying a fucking thing. However, I will give you the advice that my dad gave me, which I already was aligned, because we're always the same person, but I digress. He said, make sure you tell your listeners, Makita, to watch the Republican National Convention, because it's important to watch the opposition, right? And there's a reason why it's important, particularly for the Black community. And I had 2 conversations this weekend, actually, with people who are choosing not to vote, which I flame them from end to end about, because when you don't vote, your vote is automatically going to the opposition, right? By not voting is a complicit vote for Donald Trump. And it's important to watch to see, here are the leaders that if you don't vote and we lose, this is what you would have done. And this is what we're going to get. And they have basically decided that they aren't going to talk about anything that matters, at least so far. They have no platform except Donald Trump's second, term. They have yet to address anything that needs to be addressed. They haven't mentioned COVID. They haven't mentioned literally anything about what we're actually actively experiencing in this life right now, which is embarrassing, but yet not surprising, right? We know exactly what we're dealing with. And so it's important to watch it to know, like, these are what the leaders of our free world are saying or not saying that they're going to do, right? They're using tons of coded language. They are working hard to instill fear. They are working hard to continue the divisiveness, right? There are many issues that are now
divisive.
Girl, come on, college words, okay?
Yeah.
They are working hard to push partisanship in a time when we need the most kind of bipartisan efforts in order to solve at least the biggest problem that should be, primary, which is the current pandemic, right? It shouldn't be a partisan issue. It is a bipartisan issue, because COVID doesn't care what your political affiliation is. If you get it and you die, you will die.
Yeah, well,
I hope you don't. I hope you don't. But when you get it, you get it. And that's what it is. And it doesn't matter where you're from, what color you are, how much money you got. And I would like to just make this point, and Sierra, say what you're going to say. But our president is actively saying that COVID is not a problem. But let me tell you, he is getting a COVID test every single day. Do you understand? He is out there telling people that it is not an issue. It is not dangerous. Masks are optional. It's not important. It's the Democrats pushing this narrative. He is getting tested every single day when he wakes up. Like, that is the kind of propaganda that they're pushing. They're telling you, the American people, many poor people, that it's okay. It's not important. Send your kids to school. It is safe. And he is getting tested. If that doesn't tell you what we should be worried about, then I don't know what else to tell you.
For keyword, kids. Kids who cannot even be responsible to get their jackets from school to home.
Bruh.
You get them from the school. Where are your items?
Can't even tie your shoes.
They're going to end up trading masks because little JoJo
likes
got
the
a
rainbow
Batman
one.
mask. And then the other one got on a something else.
And now we got a rainbow for the Batman.
Whatever. Yeah, and so it's a lot. So then your kids got different masks. Everybody got COVID. They sick. It's a lot.
Kids are disgusting. I love them, but they are so disgusting. They gonna take their masks off and be fucking nose to nose like ain't shit changed.
They gonna be licking it. It's a lot. Kids like to lick things.
And then they gonna come home and be all on you, all in the house.
And then everybody got COVID. Like I'm actually very nervous about this election because there is a lot of
because white people be white peopling.
Not and niggas just don't white be voting, people, but black people too.
Who don't be voting?
There's some people that are like, I'm not gonna vote. Stupid, or they're like, they just hate. What's the name? What's the
Kamala?
First of all, me and my best friend had a debate.
It's not Kamala, it's Kamala.
No, because this is a thing.
Like Mamala.
Kamala. She was saying Kamala. First of all, that is you.
Right.
Yeah, she put it on like an emphasis on the lie.
Kamala.
And it's not right.
She gave her a little Beyonce accent on the A. Kamala.
I said Kamala.
Wait, no,
I said Kamala. I said Kamala.
It is Kamala.
I said, no, what is it?
It's Kamala.
I said.
But you said
I said Kamala. I said Kamala. She said Kamala.
Right.
And I was like, that's not right. And I said, it's Kamala. As in, like, calm your ass down.
Kamala.
You know what I'm saying? Get on the consonant. Okay? But I feel like just because of some people's, like I said last week, we talked about it, it's going to be a gender war. Because y'all don't want to take direction from black women in general. And on top of that, y'all hate Joe Biden. It's okay, there's a lot of reasons to hate Joe Biden. Joe ain't been the cleanest, huh? He ain't been the cleanest.
None of them have his politics.
He ain't been the cleanest.
We got lifelong politicians. What do you expect? I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying we need to get rid of Trump. Now, we are not in the tax bracket to be over here supporting Trump like
Absolutely not. He doesn't care about poor people.
First of all, I owe this year's so for that very reason,
oh no,
Trump is out. Okay?
I got my little $100 refund.
And let me tell you something else. Because Malaria, what little name is?
Melania.
We saw her.
Melania.
And she is fed up. You see her? Because when
he
they got
won't let him touch him. She'll never touch his hand. She's been like that for 4 years. Do not grab my hand.
Right.
Do not touch me.
But when Barack and Michelle get off Air Force One, we know what's good. It's black love. They're holding hands and making plans. And Barack Obama ain't never had no scandals.
I miss my president.
During the situation, he had nobody coming up as a baby mama. He didn't have nothing. He didn't have nothing. Everything was
nobody coming to Michelle as a woman.
Nobody was coming to Michelle as a woman.
Minding her business.
She's minding her business. So at the end of the day,
honestly, guys, please just vote.
Vote.
Okay?
Like, don't be that person.
I was going to talk about.
Don't vote for Kanye. Don't be stupid now. Come on. You can't.
Any vote for a third party who has no chance of winning is a vote for Donald Trump.
Y'all know the third party ain't got no money like that.
I would just like to. Okay, here's my last kind of comment, and then I'm going to talk about, another thing that's not happy, and then we're going to go roll right on on trend. Is I had some conversation with some black men who this weekend who have decided they are not going to vote, and their reasoning very generally, if I'm going to just, kind of high level what their argument was that like, I'm not going to vote because Joe Biden would be business as usual. And there's nothing different about him as a candidate that would indicate that I should vote for someone like him, who is like every other Democratic candidate and has no, agenda for black folks. Mm-hmm. Right. And my argument is not that is not true. Right. We do know that he is a lifelong Democratic politician, right? We kind of know what we're getting. However, it's important to note that we are dealing with kind of an unprecedented level of disregard from Republicans. We have had Republican presidents in the past who maybe don't, advocate for what we want. They're not on our side of the aisle, but at minimum, like your basic rights are not being infringed upon in the way in which they are actually being infringed upon now. And I encourage people to think with nuance. Like I had a whole argument with them about how women are escalate. The risk that we are experiencing is escalating on a daily basis, right? Mm-hmm. Like we have an entire administration who is hell bent on rolling back the access to medical care that women get. Mm-hmm. We are going to wake up one day and your girl is not going to be able to get birth control. When she wants to go and get a plan B because your pull-out game is optional, you're not going to be able to get it.
That's why you don't play them
and
games.
You're going to be like, wow, that's crazy.
You're pulling out on me.
And that's going to be because we have a president who is also intent on rolling back Roe versus Wade. Like, there are all kinds of things, which I encourage people. We're going to talk about Black women and our experience in a minute because we're going to talk about Meg. But men seem to forget that women, and particularly Black women, we cannot only vote with our race first. Every day, we pick and choose when we can protect ourselves and others based on the color of our skin, or we have to vote and make decisions based on our gender. And Black men can wake up and decide that I'm voting or making decisions based on my race only because your gender is not under threat. And I encourage people to think hard about that. Like, I can't say, well, no one's going to do anything about police brutality. Sure, but also I would love to go to the hospital or the doctor and get what I need. You're going to go to the doctor and always be able to get the care that you need. Me, I'll be Black when I wake up, but when I need to go to the doctor, they're going to be like, sorry, it's illegal. Sorry, you can't have birth control. Sorry, we don't sell Plan B. Sorry, you can't get an abortion if you need one. Sorry.
I'm like, sorry. Like, you got me messed up because I need it. I need it.
Exactly, like, and that is a dangerous game to play.
They really gonna have us out there like SpongeBob on that episode when he was like dehydrated. Like, I need it. I'm telling you, if you don't give me the magic to make sure that I don't have little beathead ass babies
running around,
I need it.
And y'all think that it's a game or you're not considering it because it doesn't apply to you. But remember, when you vote, you don't vote for yourself only. You vote for your community. You're voting for the millions of people who are at risk because we have a administration who is wanting to threaten DACA like laws, or we have a administration that is continuing to militarize ICE, and you will have more and more people that just disappear from your community, that are just gone, taken, stolen. We're going to have even more kids in cages separated from their parents at borders because we have an administration that thinks that's okay and wants to blanketly enforce not only that policy, but more aggressive policies in the first place. Like, it is a dangerous game that we're playing. When you vote, you do not vote for your own interest only. Yeah. If you are an informed citizen, you vote for your community. You vote for the people around you. If I only voted for myself, I would have a lot different views because half the shit that I care about doesn't impact my life. I use this platform and my voice always on air and off air to talk about issues that apply to other people. Right. That is my responsibility. I might not agree with something. I might not care about something. A lifestyle might not be mine, but every person deserves to have the lifestyle that they want and deserves to not have their rights infringed upon. And that is what I vote for. Right. It's not my business what somebody else does, but it's damn sure not the government's business what they do either. And it is not their job. It is no law's job to infringe on the rights of individual citizens. And it is important that we vote to protect that. So you can't just vote because I'm Black and nobody cares about me. Well, there's a lot of other people at risk, not only us, and it's important. And I can already hear people saying, well, like, who votes for us? Like, it ain't even about that. If we don't vote for us, ain't shit gonna shake anyway. So we gotta stop being worried about people fucking voting for Black people only. Also, like, we vote. We have a huge amount of voting power. Don't sleep on it. Your vote matters. Right. Every vote matters. When you stay home and you wake up on November 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th, because I would anticipate that the voting might actually be pretty close. So it might take a couple of days for us to see the outcome. Like, when you wake up and if the outcome is not what we need it to be and you didn't vote, I promise you, I already told these niggas, I said, if you don't vote and we get the outcome we don't want, I am blocking niggas left and right. And when I see you, I'm slapping the shit out of you. Because if I got to do this for 4 more years, you are feeling this rage, this wrath at every opportunity. Yes. You're getting this smoke, okay? That's all I have to say on voting. Last thing I was going to mention is Jacob Blake. Unfortunately, another Black man who has been gunned down. However, he did not die on Sunday in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So obviously we are lifting him up in our prayers, and he is expected to make a full recovery, whatever that might mean when you take 7 bullets to the back, minding your business. I watched the video today. Unfortunately, I did not. Let me not say I didn't want to. I wanted to watch it because it's important for me personally. That's my opinion. I know many people who choose not to watch the videos, and that is your right not to do so, especially as a Black person. Yeah. White folks, you do not have the option to not watch. It is your job as an ally, if you choose to call yourself one, to watch these videos. This is a life that Black people around you, your Black friends that we deal with. Our kids get traumatized. Jacob Blake's 3 children were in his car when a cop decided to shoot him, the same way Philando Castile's daughter watched her dad die in the car with her, because the police do not care about traumatizing our children, our families. There was a 3-year-old's birthday party happening on the block, which is what happened. And what's crazy is that he was minding his business and saw 2 women fighting, and he went to see if he could break it up and be helpful. And the cops were called at some point, not even about him, but about the fight that was going on. But somehow, because cops are inherently racist, they directed their attention from the altercation that was happening to the man that was a third party trying to help. And in the video, you can see him just leaving and walking to his car. And there's a cop that is walking behind him. He doesn't even turn around, which is crazy. He doesn't make eye contact with this cop. He turns around. The cop is not telling him to do anything. It looks like, and I only saw a short clip, so there might be a longer video, but I didn't get to see that, so I'll put that out there. But it looks like he's leaving, probably based on the fact that the cops probably asked him to leave. So he's not like disobeying orders because the video has sound. The cop didn't ask him to stop, none of that. He was just walking to his car, and the cop was trailing behind him. And as he opened his driver's door to get in, the cop shot him in the back 7 times. He didn't move. He didn't reach. He didn't
grabbed him by
turn
his
around.
Shirt.
You grabbed him by his shirt and shot him. He didn't do anything. And you can even see, and okay, I watched it a couple of times, and I watched the last time I watched it, last couple of times I watched it, I was watching the police officer, like his face, like I was trying to understand, like at what point in this, interaction were you afraid, or like whatever, like what is it that you just switched? And he looks stunned at what he's doing. Like if you watch the video, watch it once to watch the video, watch it again and watch the cop only. And if you see his face, he looks like he's confused about why he's shooting him. Like he doesn't actually have a reason to be shooting him. He looks like he just like didn't know what else to do. I have no other words than that to describe what I saw on his face. And it's the same thing that we saw with Philando Castile when he literally asked the cop, "Why did you shoot me?" And he said, "I don't know." And that is what that looks like. Well, you better
get to fucking knowing.
Because there's no reason for it.
Nah, because I accidentally watched the video. Like, I was trying to, it was on Instagram because I was on Crump the lawyer. I was on his page. And, like, I was trying to, the one that he usually handles a lot of these cases. Like, he handled the Michael Brown case. I don't remember what's his name. I think is it Michael Crump?
A girl.
Well, his last name is Crump. Like, you know. Everybody knows who he is. And so I was trying to turn the sound off because I didn't want to hear it. And I heard the first pop and like it really was very traumatizing. And it's just like, it's shit like this that makes me feel like, how do you not understand our outrage? How do you not understand when Black people want spaces just for us?
And you're not invited.
And how it makes it really hard not to hate white people. It really does. I'm like
every day.
It makes it very hard because it's like, so you grabbed this man by his shirt, you shot him in his back
for nothing. He's not even facing you.
He's not doing anything. He's not disobeying any orders. He's not struggling with you. You shot him in his back.
Minding his business to leave.
You were going to execute this man in front of his children, and by the grace of God, he survived.
That's it.
And his kids now have to have that picture in their head that my father got shot in front of me by somebody that was supposed to protect us. And you expect us to not say fuck the police.
Right. Or be happy or respect or be empathetic.
Or just Blue Lives Matter. No. Fuck you guys. Because literally, you're senselessly killing Black men, Black women in the streets, and then you want us to be like, Blue Lives Matter? No.
First of all, that's
I'm sorry,
bullshit.
I can't. That's the job that you took. That's your business. But you're out here literally senselessly killing Black. How do you shooting someone in their back?
Right. Like, they're not facing you. You know for a fact that you're not under threat. There is no self-defense. And I will happily be waiting to see what the Kenosha, Wisconsin is where this happened. But
people down there had already started burning down buildings.
Yes. So. It is Monday night when we're recording this, and they already had to call in the National Guard and have the city on a 7 p.m. curfew because they already know where it's going with the protests. The outrage was obviously almost instant. Within hours, there was already people being pepper sprayed around the scene of where this occurred. And the last thing I'm going to say about this video, which is important to watch, or if you choose to watch it as a Black person, watch the Black woman in the video. Okay, there are so many things to pay attention to besides just the immediate altercation. But there's a Black woman, and I have no idea if it's like anybody that he knows or just an onlooker, because there's a few onlookers. But there's a black woman on the left side of the screen, and she's following the police officer who is following Jacob Blake to his car. So she's like off to the left of the car. And when he pulls his, when he pulls his gun out or takes the first shot, she literally is jumping up and down. And she was talking and then didn't have anything else to say because you could see that she was just so like out of her body. Like, I cannot believe that this is happening 4 feet in front of me for no reason. Like, if she knows him, it makes sense. But if she doesn't, I can only like imagine like what that feels like to be watching and saying, he's not doing anything. There's no reason for you to be behind him. Why are you doing this? Why are you following him? And then to watch a cop still shoot him when I'm here telling you that like he isn't why anybody was called. He's not doing anything. He's minding his business. Like, why are you bothering him? Is some really next level shit to see on like a variety of angles. And like Sierra said, like there is only rage that you can feel. If you aren't outraged, you're not on our side and you are on the wrong side of history. If there's any language that comes out of your mouth, out of your body, out of your being that says that this is justified, you are dead wrong. You are on the wrong side of history. There is nothing right about your argument. You cannot be right. Right. And your children will know what kind of person you are. And I hope that they know what kind of person you are. I've seen many kids literally denouncing their own parents for the kind of language that says, well, they deserved it or they shouldn't have been, what have you. Like, this person is a whole good Samaritan. He's minding his business at a kid's party and said, let me go help de-escalate a situation. What the police are supposed to do? And there's no reason why Black people have to be perfect, a scholar, a college graduate, a good Samaritan, a parent for it to matter for the police to take somebody's life or attempt to, because he's obviously still fighting for his life. But we shouldn't have to have that conversation. There's no justification because guilty people of crimes don't deserve to die either.
But it's honestly, in the same breath, how do we teach our kids to be soft when the world treats them so hard?
We can't. We cannot.
Like, how? It's like, at the same time, it's like, yes, I'm all for like therapizing everybody.
Come on, therapize.
I feel like everybody should be in therapy, but it's at the same time, it's like we're trying to teach kids and young Black kids to be soft, to be sensitive, to be in touch with their emotions.
Right. Be empathetic.
Be empathetic. But then when they go out into the world, they're treated very harshly. So it's very hard to respond in a soft way. It's hard because the world makes us hard. The way we're treated makes us hard. Getting followed around in a store makes us hard. Right. Like, the amount of times that I have cussed white people out in stores for treating me crazy. The amount of times that I have thought, because I work part-time in customer service.
Come on, customer service.
The amount of times that I have thought, I've seen videos of like white people acting erratically. Very ghetto. Okay. We're going to talk about ghetto. White don't know how to very ghetto. And the amount of times that I've thought through my mind different scenarios, like, would you be willing to lose your job if you were in a certain
bitch, I would.
There's been times I saw a couple videos. I saw one where a white lady thought that it was okay for condensation to come from her mouth.
Oh, I'll beat your ass and quit.
And
fuck this job. You're not gonna do me like that.
I was talking to a friend today, and I was like, honestly, if I got fired, I would totally understand, and I was still shocked. I was still come here. I'm gonna do it. Still come here, but just know, as I look you in the eyes, that today this white lady had to get her ass beat. I love y'all. But for company purpose, you must fire me. But I know that I went out like a G.
Period.
And I know that my coworkers understood because everybody is fed up during COVID, and I refuse to tolerate.
I'm tired.
But we thank God for keeping me out of those kind of situations because I can black.
Black it out. That's all I had to say.
Yeah.
Vote. Police brutality is garbage. If you think that it's justified, you're also garbage. And please do what you need to do to figure out your own work, but leave Black people the fuck out of it. I have no time or interest in conversations that ask me to see the other perspective. Fuck them. Fuck all that. And fuck y'all for bringing that to the conversation too. That's how I feel.
Fuck it in a bucket.
And y'all can quote me on it if you want, because I said the shit at work too.
Right. And argue with your mammy. I don't care.
So fight me if you want. I don't give a fuck. That's how I feel. I'm angry. I'm angry for my kids that aren't even here yet on this planet. That's where that comes from.
Them. I just want a goldfish. I'm done.
But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Megan.
Let's talk about Megan. Let's get into it because we had talked about it last week, and I'm not really feeling how everybody received it. Obviously, you weren't listening. So let's talk about it. So
what happened?
Meg had to, our sweet precious Meg. Let me take a little drink of
for the hot girls. Damn, that's crazy. Girls. You see how my drink is empty and you've been babysitting? Wow.
So is this what you're on tonight? Is that what you
absolutely.
Okay. Well, I dare you to put some more in there.
I'm not gonna do it till you do yours. Stop being a little bitch.
Oh. But first of all, if you gonna call me a bitch, put baddest in front of it, nigga.
You are the baddest, but you still being a little punk. Come on, take it like a G. Go ahead. Tell us about Megan. I'm gonna pour it up.
This is why we're toxic for each other, because Makita, we'll have drinks or whatever. We'll have drinks and such, and Makita will be like, "Yo, you're babysitting," and I'm just like, first of all, don't challenge me. And then I finish it, and then by the end of the night, everybody's lit. So
everybody's crawling home.
Let's get into it. So we're going to roll the dice real quick, okay? Might have to take a little bit of creative control because I feel a lot of things, okay? So
creative control.
A little bit, okay. So this is the thing. So Meg came out on Instagram Live, and she was tired of people talking trash. And so she finally confirmed, which we all knew, that Tory Lanez shot her. He shot her in the feet. She posted and deleted pictures of her getting stitches. Excuse a queen. Getting pictures, getting stitches. She took it down, and
took it.
You know, she took it away. Did you snort? There's a lot to take in for you, huh? It's a lot to take in, huh? So essentially, she posted the photos, took them down. She got on Instagram Live, and she explained herself. She said, when he shot me, the police came and all those sort of things. I didn't want to say anything because what the hell I'm going to say? It's a bunch of black people.
She said they came before that. So they came because they were arguing and somebody called because of noise.
Right.
And he had already shot her and she was like, I'm not going to say shit.
Right, because they're all in the car and they're not going to say, oh, there's a gun in the car. So then the police can shoot everybody in the car. Like she was, in her mind, she was thinking about what's going on today. Everybody can get killed. Somebody can get killed. Like, we don't know.
You don't know. You don't
tell somebody tell the police there's a gun in the car.
A bunch of niggas have a gun in the car, which is probably unregistered. It's probably it's wild
Tory
shit.
Lanez gun. It's a lot. Somebody gun.
Right. No.
Just like Cat Williams said, you think I'm gonna shoot somebody with my gun?
My gun? No.
So that was a bad idea. So he shot her, and she was talking about how she was fed up with it. She spoke out because he had his publicists and other people going to blogs and trying to twist up the story as if she did something wrong for him to shoot her. First of all, this is how I feel about it. She said that in the car they were arguing. But unless somebody is trying to kill you, you don't have no reason to shoot them.
What are we talking about that you're that mad?
She was walking away.
She said she got out of the car because she didn't want to argue no more. So I'm going to leave.
Yeah, she left and he shot her. And we have not heard not a thing from Tory Lanez.
He can't come back to America.
So she said
Stay in
she told her story. You can check it out on the Shade Room or wherever things are available. Don't look at the Shade Room because they be bleating out the cussing words, and I don't like
for viewers like you.
So, it's a lot to take in. It's so stupid. I don't know why. But what I was really disappointed in.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You know, I love us black women.
We do for real.
And so we've already laid into the black men, but there is some of y'all that I have things to say.
Say it.
So Essence Magazine did an open letter to Meg Thee Stallion. They most recently took it down, it seemed like.
They wrote an open letter.
They wrote an open letter as like, black women are in support of you, Meg. And so in the comments, I had to get out of the comments, okay? Because they had me on another level.
Oh, God.
Because they were saying there was women, like overwhelmingly women saying like, oh no, I don't support, you don't speak for me, Essence. I don't support her. Her music is flawing the next generation of young women.
Oh my
or we
God.
Don't know the whole story. All we know is this dude shot her. A black woman. Okay, if this was a Kylie, he would be under the jail right now.
Period.
Not only deported, under the jail. And so it was really bothering me because because her music is explicit, because her music is women empowerment, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. Meg Thee Stallion's music is women empowerment music.
Without question.
I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, niggas have thought they've ran it for centuries. But no, it's the women
we
that
be
are
here.
running. She gives women confidence. I'm into it. When I really need to like get out of a funk or I need to feel like I'm Megan. But I'd be like,
and
Siri,
play something that I like.
Yeah, and then she be playing Megan. But it was just really disappointing to see that people have stipulations on who should receive support. Like Meg and like, oh, you don't speak for me, her raunchy music. If you don't like her music, that's fine. But at the end of the day, she is a black woman. And people, also you bitch ass motherfuckers. If you can bleep me out, Abdul, I don't care. You can bleep me.
We don't bleep
I don't
nothing.
Care.
We not bleeping.
You guys that are saying like,
she said you can bleep me out.
You can bleep me out. I don't care. You guys saying, oh, she's a snitch, she's this, she's that. She is a victim of
He's not in
violence.
Jail because she didn't snitch. So let's just like start there. He's literally minding his business because she chose to protect a black man who didn't think twice about harming a black woman because he didn't like what she said. And that is what we're talking about when we say that black men don't protect black women. If it wasn't any clearer, right? She was literally bleeding, in danger, hurting, in pain, went to the hospital.
Didn't even want to talk to the doctors at the hospital.
Right, was still lying. I
didn't even know I got shot.
At the hospital.
And you guys are sitting here on the internet, on Beyonce's internet.
Because she didn't want him to go to jail.
Talking about how, oh, well, I'm tired of talking about this, arrest Beyonce's killers. Yes, we can do two things at once. We can protest and we can support Meg. So stop acting like we're just these fucking monolithic people that we only can do one thing at a time. Like, first of all, stop that.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. Like, domestic violence is very real. And I just really hope and pray for the women that were being so judgmental towards Megan. I really hope that you don't find yourself in a situation where you're in a domestic violence situation and you don't know what to do, because you can talk all day, rah, I wouldn't let no nigga, I wouldn't let no bitch. But you're not
letting nobody do nothing. People do what they want to do.
You literally do not know what you would do until you're in the situation. You could be so in love with somebody, and it don't matter. It could be a man, it could be a woman, anybody. You could be so in love with somebody, and then they put their hands on you, they abuse you in some kind of way, and you might not initially respond because you're in shock. You don't know. You know what you're going to do. Like,
it's not even that.
You don't know. Like, you don't know if you're going to fight back. You don't know if you're going to be so in shock that you do nothing. You don't know that you feel like you're so in love with that person that they're going to change. You don't know. So literally lay off of domestic violence victims. Like, you literally do not know people's situations. Like, whoever it is. Like, so that just really pisses me off.
It grinds
your gears.
Makes
me mad because it's just like, literally, we talk about people all the time, but it's like, first of all, it doesn't matter who you are. You need to humble your motherfucking self, because you don't know what situation that you can be put in. Like, you could be up today and down tomorrow very easily.
Yeah.
You can be humbled
blink of an eye
the next day. Like, you could have it all and your whole world will come crashing down, and nobody is exempt from it. It could be we look up to Beyonce, all those things. Like Meg Thee Stallion, that's somebody that we shout out, that we love. This is a young woman. She's not even. She's
only
just
24.
She hasn't even really hit the mid 30s.
Or like 23.
She has lost all of her parents. Her grandma, like her whole support system, is gone. It's gone, and she has nobody there to, like, her family, as far as like her matriarchs and patriarchs, to, like, you know what I'm saying, to
help guide her.
But
we shouldn't even have to even say all of that. And that's what makes me mad, is like, we shouldn't even have to like qualify why Megan's life matters, like why it's important that like a person shouldn't use violence. Like, it shouldn't even matter what her background is. It shouldn't matter what her craft is. It shouldn't matter how vulgar her music is. There is no environment where taking a gun out and shooting somebody when you're getting into a verbal confrontation is an okay outcome or an okay decision to make. It doesn't matter what she does. It doesn't matter where she comes from. He is wrong, and that is that. Unless Meg took a gun out and shot you, there is no reason why you should shoot her, right?
She was fighting for your life,
unless
like
you're retaliating. Like, there's no environment where, like, you know what? We're mad.
Pulling out guns.
I'm gonna pull a gun out for what? Especially when she's not threatening you. When I'm leaving because I don't want to talk to your ass no more. Like, full stop. That's it. It is unacceptable.
And I can't even
There's
imagine
nothing
because
else.
I am that person in my journey. I am that person. If I'm not about to, if I feel like the situation is escalating, I'm walking away. I cannot imagine me being like, you know what, I'm keeping peace and I'm walking away, and then a nigga shoots me. Bitch, I was walking away.
Right.
Like,
I didn't even worry about your ass no more. I was calling my Uber. I'm trying to go home.
Right. And so then I will tag onto this before I get to another thing that's very important to me.
Yeah. Before we get out of here.
Before we get out of here. Boosie, badass.
Oh, I sent you the video. I'm tired of him.
Mark Zuckerberg to get him on back on Instagram. So Boosie had an interview.
Oh, is he not on Insta? Is he?
No, and he'd be like, I don't know why they won't let me on.
Because you had pussy on the Instagram.
Yeah,
what are you talking about on the Insta
like
Live?
OnlyFans. Like, this is not a right place. He was asked about
put your pussy on live. I'll give you $100.
Put your pussy on live. He did it so desperately. I'm just like, I don't know. Those are the lips that you want. So
absolutely not.
So he did an interview, and so he was asked to comment on the Meg and Tory Lanez situation. Now, this is a situation I felt two types of ways about it. He said that he didn't want to say anything because he was cool with both camps.
Yeah.
But it was like this. I felt two ways. There was one way I was like, Boosie finally like bows out of a conversation before he said something wrong, because he's bound to say something wrong.
Dead wrong.
And when Boosie talks, he's bound to drizzle. So it was a lot to take in. But then another part of me is like, no, Boosie, Tory shot Meg,
and that's it.
And you need to speak out against it, even if that is your nigga. I don't care if you my nigga.
What are you shooting women for?
You are wrong, and if you don't, and if you don't mess with me for it afterwards, it's cool. Because at the end of the day,
Meg's verse on your song will get you more money anyway.
At the end of the day, because Tory Lanez, like literally this entire weekend, I have been skipping songs because Tory Lanez.
Shout out to Kaylani for taking Tory Lanez off the Can I song. She was like, I'm going to go ahead and put it back up on Spotify without that nigga because I'm not aligned. The behavior doesn't go for me. Right. And I'm not going for it. We have to stop supporting people that harm black women.
We
love to see it.
We're not with that. Like, at the end of the day, we have to protect each other. And if niggas got to get knocked down for us to protect black women, and that's what's happening.
Period.
We have to protect, because clearly there's just not enough protection. And I saw Bun B speak out about Meg, but I'm just like, where was all this before? Like, and why aren't more, like, we need more. We need some more speaking out of the black male people. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you mess with Tory Lanez. If my friend did some stuff that is wrong, I'm not going to support.
Period.
And I'm going to cuss you out.
Period.
I'm still going to be your, no, I can't even fuck with it.
Not for this.
Nope.
He can take his 5'5" self back to Toronto and stay there.
I heard he's about 5'3".
Well, even worse, crawl into your
120 pounds, soaking wet.
Crawl into your cave.
And I just started liking his bald-headed ashy ass.
I've been a fan of Tory Lanez, which is brutal. I really like Tory Lanez.
He's gone.
I do.
I can't even listen to Broke Leg no more.
Oh, and that's my fucking jam.
So I have to say, in summary, what
my
I'm
leg be
saying
twerking like it's broke. I really fuck with it.
First of all, don't never say never. Just like Brandy said, which is going to give me a little interlude. Never say never. Because when you say never, you usually end up in that situation. Like, it doesn't man, woman, whatever. Don't ever think that you are so high and mighty that you can never end up in a situation that you are judging somebody about, because God will put you right in that situation
without
and
question.
Humble you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
So don't ever think that you're better than anybody at whatever stage you're at in your life. Just be compassionate, empathize with people, and don't ever talk shit about domestic violence victims, because if you haven't been in that situation, you can't speak to it. Don't do it. I'm not into it. So, speaking of that,
last thing before we get
let's
out of here.
Let's talk about something that actually makes my clavicle go down.
Okay. You was getting a little stressed? You was up here?
I was, because that makes me so angry. I don't like it.
It's okay.
So anyway, before my eyes go like completely low.
Because I'm lit. I don't know about you, but I
might be just like a little tad. I'm gonna turn on. I think I'm gonna watch Moesha tonight. Anyway, to get my eyes back open.
I used to have a cupcake I was gonna go home and eat, but
eat it.
I've been informed that it isn't there anymore. So.
Oh no! Oh no! What are you gonna do, brother?
I'm gonna fight him, but we're not gonna talk about it.
Oh man, I honestly, when I gave a loud thing, I felt the Hennessy just envelop me.
Bruh, we gonna talk about it off air.
Okay, first of all, Brandy versus Monica.
I'm very excited.
When I saw it, I almost wet my trousers.
Talea, Wait, Talia, who do you think going?
What do you think?
Brandy?
Yeah. It's hard, but you can't.
That was such an aggressive yes. I'm actually of the same camp, but Talia was so forceful with her bitch.
But no,
I don't know how y'all could consider that Monica could ever.
How I look. First of all, how I feel about it is Brandy has the range, Monica has the hits. But the thing about it is, don't play the games because Monica will still bury you in a vocal battle. But when we talk about Brandy can give us the lower register. She can give us a little bit of tenor and baritone. And then she can sprinkle us up and give us a full moon. Alto. And Moesha. But then you got Monica, but Monica did.
She be doing
this thing. She gave us, you know what I'm saying, never meant to cause you no pain.
But wait, all I know is if they don't do a Boy Is Mine harmony on the live,
they better do that live.
I'm fighting everybody. If y'all don't sing that motherfucker live.
But the thing about it is Monica
mad.
Monica came in and she said, it's funny how the tables turn.
Come on, turn. Come on,
and I said, bitch, it's funny how they turn. You got the dogs and the poodles out here.
They turning.
That's the thing. She gave it to us. But she really, when Monica gave us After the Storm.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Okay. It was over. But the thing about it, that happened. And then Brandy, I feel really conflicted. We need this battle, but I feel very conflicted. It felt very conflicted because I fool with Brandy on another level. I fool with her beyond the singles. When you really into an artist and it's like, okay, yeah,
I don't know.
They gave everybody the singles, but that's cute. But when you can really get into the album and be like, when she did that one song called "Touch Me" and she came in with the organ interlude, she had me.
Honestly, Brandy could play Impossible from Cinderella, and I would be in that bitch. Okay. Let Whitney Houston play in the background. Just sing Impossible, and I'm gonna be a happy camper. And that's all I need.
But when I'm telling you, I am going to wet my trousers.
Are you?
When Monica said,
we put it on record, live?
It's just one of them days. Just one of them days. Boom. When she had on the little saltwater sandals.
Come on, saltwater sandals.
And the little cut. You couldn't mess with Monica on that level, okay? When she did Slow Jam with Usher.
Oh,
that was my prom song. You guys know that.
So Come on, prom song.
I might just fold. So I don't know who got it, but I'm very excited about it. I just know that vocally, they call Brandy the Bible, right? The vocal Bible.
They do?
That's the thing. Yes, they do.
People say that?
Yes, they do. They do. There are people that call her that.
The Bible.
And we can fight after this recording is over. But the thing is, they call, maybe not necessarily the Bible.
I'm like, that's a big name. That's a big word.
I didn't make that up, but it's a real thing that's out there. But when you listen to Brandy and you really if you listen to her live, the way that she fits in the riffs and runs, Monica has a pure choir voice. Like, this is a pure, she is homegrown in the church. She knows all the octaves. She knows all the things. Monica gives us that, you got me messed up, I'm a real woman. They don't call her Gunica for nothing.
Call her what?
Gunica. Everybody knows you don't know that name?
Girl,
Monica is like Nokia hood.
I obviously missed the mark. I don't know enough.
You see her out here rapping for C Murder. She got her ass out and everything. Monica ain't never showed us no little cheek.
That's true.
She ain't never showed us no cheek. She always had on all the clothes.
That's crazy.
Very much
really
so.
Is a hood bitch.
I'm very excited. I just want to say
what day is the Versus on? When
it is going to be on August 31st at 5 p.m.
Well, I'll be on live.
Not that I rehearsed it, but it's going to be on there. I will be there.
We'll be watching with your drink in the hand.
The boy is mine. I'm going to be, I might cry because I'm just so excited.
That's going to be like the third song
they've had like an unspoken beef for ages. Like, it's weird.
But why though?
Nobody really knows. It's weird. Like,
we would love to hear the tea.
But honestly, though, I really feel like Brandy needs to play the Moesha theme song, and she needs to play all the Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella. But I fool with it all. I'm with it. I'm very excited. Everybody tune in. And y'all let us know in the comments who you got. I don't know. I'm very conflicted. So I'm
with Talia because I'm not really invested either way. But the way that Talia so strongly felt Brandy, I'm going to just go on. I'm just going to get in the... Talia said it's the longevity. I'm going to get in the camp. Liv said it's all Monica, everything for her.
Monica has 20 songs. Boo got 20 songs. Brandy?
No, Brandy, I don't think Brandy has... I think Brandy's strong at the beginning. I think Monica has more hits,
Liv said Monica has more hits than Brandy.
Monica definitely has more hits.
I definitely think I would agree with that objectively. But
when you got Missy Elliott screaming on most of your songs, you got more of the hits.
That's facts.
But the mid 2000s, like 2010s, when Brandy was dropping like little.
When she was like, "Why don't you return my call? Why you trip out? Where I?" But see,
I know that song.
B7 was crazy. Where is
Monica? Ooh. She dropped recently? No.
Ooh. Was she calling her up? Monica is trying to get C Murder out of jail.
Talaya said Monica ain't dropped no heat in a while.
She has some recent songs. It's about love.
They're all about love.
It's all about love. It's about her recent divorce.
However,
she's divorced.
You guys.
And she's trying to get C Murder out. There's a lot of scandals
Tell
about
us.
that. Was she talking to C Murder while she was married? We don't know.
Probably.
But it's a lot to take in.
Tell us who you think finna win on what? Monday is the 31st. So tell us who finna win. It actually is going to happen right before we come and record. Actually, maybe not. We're not recording.
We're not going to be in the studio next week.
We won't be in the studio.
But that's cute, though. But
we gonna know.
But Monica, if she does For You, I Will, nigga, it's canceled.
Well, shit. I'm going to tune in. Tell us what you think.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to think
We'll talk about it after it happens.
I'm going to see. She going to have her new little wig, and we ready. Okay? And so I don't have no questions.
We talked enough.
We talked about our experiences. We did our things. But we do have a local lookout.
Fuck them up, sis. Tell us who it is so we can look out for them.
Yes.
And then we're going to look out for my bed because it's time.
Oh, you ain't doing it. Oh, we have the lovely Miss Liv. Liv is it _music with a Q on Instagram. Come on, with memory. Even with Hennessy, I'm with it. She just recently put out a video called Unbothered.
It's amazing.
It is freaking amazing. Black girl magic all over the place. Sprinkling
all the vibes
all over you. Dipped in it. Buttered in it. Sprinkled.
Smelling like cocoa butter. And Jesus.
Yes, there is a lot of things. There is frankincense and myrrh.
Hey,
that is
come on, little sandalwood in there too. Just a little.
There is a little bit of the creamy curl and cream and edge control that I felt coming to my spirit.
Your edges wrap automatically from watching the video.
Right.
If they wasn't laid, your edges was laid after the fact because it snatched them right up.
It's beautiful. We love Black women that are unapologetically.
Come on, unapologetic.
Unapologetically.
Come on, get it right.
I got it together. Watch that video. It is on the Ubis of Tubis.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's on YouTube.
Get out.
It's on YouTube, and it's just so chocolate and brown.
You're so stupid.
Y'all need to check out that music. And if you sleeping on it,
you missed it.
We don't have time. And this time it's what we needed during quarantine. It's what I needed to make my edges curl. Yes. Okay, I might need to put on some new edge control after that video. But anyway, y'all check out that video. I don't have too much more to say, but y'all can follow us at Black and City Pod on
Honestly, Instagram. You can find Sierra at Sierra Tulione. Okay,
you can follow me, and y'all can also follow at Love Lavender Shay.
You can
and get 20% off using your code Black in the City.
Okay,
because we love to keep that alligator skin grinning.
Okay,
come on, don't
and
be
when
ashy.
You order your lotions and your lip scrubs and your toner sprays, go ahead and follow Sierra, and then you follow me.
Right,
okay?
Follow us and then tag us.
That's it.
Because we love to hear Glory's story about how you are ashy no more, honey. I mean,
come on, she said Glory's stories.
Come on, I love it. It's a testimony.
It always got left in prayer
because
cheers to 3 years. Is that what we got?
Cheers to 3 years. Cheers to 3 years.
That's a long time to be your friend.
It's a long time to be dealing with your behead ass. So it's a lot to take in, but here we are 3 years later. We are in Mead Street Studios, and let's do a little prayer. All right. Whew. May the stomachs get flatter and the booties get fatter. Amen.
Okay. We'll see you next week.
Next week.